Hey, what's up guys, back today with another story. Like I said in the last video, I had a few requests for story topics, and one of those requests was Halloween stories. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't really have that many Halloween stories, or none that I could really think of, but I do have one in mind, and it actually happened this past Halloween. So basically, this past year was the first year of me living in my own apartment, or an apartment that was under my name. So it wasn't a dorm, it wasn't me living at home with my parents, it was actually like my own apartment. And living there was me and my girlfriend, and our cat. You guys remember her, right? So yeah, we live in this apartment complex, and in that apartment complex, there's like a ton of families there, because it's actually a family, like, housing place. What's also weird about that place is that there's like a ton of foreign people there. Like, majority of the people who live there are like foreigners from like Asians, Indians, like all types of races there. And then there's just us. So anyway, this Halloween was the first Halloween that I would be able to hand out candy. And I'm not really sure why, but for this year's Halloween, I tried to like really get into the Halloween spirit. Like, I was watching scary movies, the classics, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, I was super stoked for Halloween, because Halloween isn't really like one of my favorite holidays. I used to love the candy as a kid, because I have a sweet tooth and I eat very unhealthy, so like all the candy, like I love that. But other than that, it was kind of like, it wasn't my favorite. But this year, for whatever reason, I just decided to like go all out. Like I said, watching scary movies, we decorated, and I was also like super stoked to hand out candy. This would be my first year being able to hand out candy. I'd never done it before, because I'd always gone trick-or-treating or done anything else. So I was super excited to do something adult-like for once, but at the same time I was also kind of dying on the inside, because I didn't get to dress up and go out and trick-or-treat and get candy from random strangers. Because I'm 20 years old now and I'm not 10 anymore, and it kind of sucks because I really like the free candy. My girlfriend didn't think we were going to get any trick-or-treaters. She thought we might get like a few kids, but she didn't think anyone was going to come visit our apartment. Me, on the other hand, I was like, let's get a ton of candy, like we're going to get a bunch of kids. But she disagreed with me and thought it'd be smarter to not spend a bunch of money on candy and only get like 2 bags. I think we got like a bag of Kit Kats and a bag of like Snickers, both mini, not the full size. And I was like, okay, whatever, I guess we'll see. Then comes the night of October 31st, Halloween. It was like starting to get dark. That's when people start trick-or-treating. I had a movie on. I think it was the original Halloween. I had the candy, both bags of candy. I was like super excited. We even put a sign outside. We were like, come get candy. There's candy over here. I don't remember what it said. Something like, there's candy here. If you want some, come get some. That's when the trick-or-treaters started rolling in. And first it was just a few. Like a few every few minutes. And like I said, I was super excited, like super stoked. So I was handing out like 3-4 pieces to each kid. I was just shoveling that shit into their baskets, bags, whatever they had. I was the most generous candy giver ever, possibly. I was giving that shit out like Oprah. Then after a few kids had gone by, it started to pick up. I don't know if it was because it was later into the night, or if they had like heard word like, yo, that guy's giving out like 4 pieces of candy. Go to that house. So people started coming in a lot. And it got to the point where like, people weren't even saying trick or treat anymore. I didn't understand it. They would just knock on the door and I'd answer it, and then they'd just be like with their bags out, and I was like, okay, where's the fun in that? You're not even doing the one thing you're supposed to do to get candy. I guess you have to dress up. So there's 2 things. You dress up and you say trick or treat. They were only dressed up. Weren't even saying trick or treat. I was like, what is this? But then we started to run low. Like I said, we only had 2 bags. So I started only giving out 1 piece to each person. And like I said, I'm pretty sure the reason why so many people were coming to our place was because they had heard like, that dude's giving out like a bunch of candy. If you want like 4 pieces, go there. So when I started handing out 1 piece, these kids would like legitimately, I would throw in the 1 piece and they would go like this. And they would just look at me, and I was like, what do you want from me? Like, what? I don't have to give you more than 1 piece. We're running low. I'm trying to preserve this candy, and you're like just looking at me, waiting for me to give you more. I would just kind of have to be like, Happy Halloween. They'd like walk away, and then I'd give out to the rest of the kids. And then even more people started showing up. It got to the point where like there was like teenagers showing up, not even dressed up. They would just like come knock on the door, and I'd open it and they'd be like, what's up? And I was like, what's up? I was like, what, do you need something? And they're like, so you got candy? And I was like, yeah. What are you dressed as? How old are you? You're like my age. What are you doing trick-or-treating here? What the hell? And also, like I said, like most of the people living there are foreign, so I don't know like half the time what they were saying, like the parents too. They'd yell trick-or-treat in whatever language, and I was like, what the hell is that? That's kind of racist, my bad. And then the parents, like I'd be trying to explain to the parents like, yo, we're running low on candy, like I can't be handing out this many pieces, and they'd be talking back to me and they'd be like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, if you could, and I was like, what are you saying? Damn, that is really racist. No offense to any foreigners or people who have accents. To get my point across, I just couldn't really understand what they were saying. We ended up running out of candy, and like at a certain point I just started giving out like snacks that we had in our apartment. Keep in mind, we're poor college kids who like frequently run out of groceries and don't have that much money to buy groceries regularly. So I'm handing out like my snacks, like my little Debbies to these kids, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is horrible. First of all, we should have bought more candy. Second of all, I'm pretty sure some of the kids came around for like thirds. And third of all, those are my snacks. I love Little Debbies. Also, could you imagine being a kid on Halloween and getting a fucking like strawberry shortcake? Oh, I'd be so psyched. God, those kids are so lucky. Those foreign kids are so very lucky. Because I never got a Little Debbie whenever I went trick-or-treating. One day I'm probably going to be fat and die. So in the end, we ended up running out of candy and just like locking the door and turning the lights off. That's like a total dick move. And when I was a kid, I would like get pissed off at people for doing the exact same thing. I'd be like, oh, screw that house. Like, come on, it's Halloween. Where's your spirit? But now, at 20 years old, I ended up doing the same exact thing. Even though you can argue I was like being very generous at the start, and then it just kind of went all the shit from there. All in all, this Halloween I lost more than I gained. It used to be me getting a full bag of free candy. This year I ran out of 2 full bags of candy and all my like favorite snacks. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I have more to come. I'm also working on a lot more stuff. We've been working on skits, group videos, more solo videos. I've been working on a ton of stuff, so be on the lookout. I have a bunch of stuff coming out soon, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hey, little buddy.